Welcome back to another Waynos Fotos video, and we're still talking about the Blazar Remus lenses. And what this one's going to be about is we're going to go out to Twilight, and what I'm going to do is do a bokeh test. So I'm going to open the lens fully open. I've got some festoon lights, and what we're going to do is we're going to see how the bokeh performs on the 45mm, the 65mm, and the 100mm. And then I'm going to obviously put that at the end of this talking head video, and then you can make up your own mind what you think about the bokeh and the different lenses and how they work, wide open. And then I will give you a bit of a conclusion of what I think of the bokeh and the lenses and how they performed. Anyway, guys, let's get outside, let's get on the lenses, and let's have a look at those festoon lights through the anamorphic lenses. Well, that is the festoon lights, and we can see that with the 45mm, the bokeh is not as big. It's much smaller, even though it's there and it's harder to see. But obviously with the 100mm, it's really intense. Now, remember, they were all set to 2 meters focal length, so that actually would have an impact if you change the focus. So you can obviously adapt that. 65mm was kind of a bit of a sweet spot when it comes to how the bokeh looked, but obviously the further they are away or when you change the focus, that's going to affect it. But that's just to give you an idea at a constant focal length how all the three perform. I kind of really like that the 35mm, because it kind of has this subtle look to it. It's almost like as if you go, it looks a little bit different, but I don't really know why, whilst the 100mm is pretty much in your face in it, and it has a lot of that kind of almost bloom around things which the other two don't have. And maybe that's why it appears to be a softer lens. But as I said before, when you're actually focusing with them, they don't look any different. When I was in my other video, when I had the sugar bowl there, I really couldn't tell that the 100mm, when I was focusing the lenses, looked softer. So that's the Blazar Remus, and I think they're pretty good. I quite like them, and the 35mm, which is on the camera right now, I think is pretty good. And the width that they get is just incredible compared to my 35mm, which I have on the camera normally for doing these talking headshots. No way do I get the width of vision. So I don't know how you calculate it, but obviously, even though this is a 45mm, I'm getting heaps more width than a 35mm, even though the 35mm is a smaller focal length. So it could even be around about maybe 30, even 24. So that's kind of could be quite advantageous depending on what you're shooting. Maybe it's not if you don't want to see sort of some stuff in the view. But yeah, it gives you something different to work with. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. Hope you liked the video. Hope it gave you some kind of idea of how these look when you have got them pointed at lights and you kind of get that bokeh. That's where I'm going to leave it, and I'll see you next vid.